Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
System software. A computer's operating system is divided into two types. We have the two types of operating system: the graphic user interface, which is called the GUI, and also the command line. The graphic user interface, or GUI, are those operating systems that are easily usable because they have interactive screens for users to communicate with the underlying operating system functions. We have examples such as the Microsoft Windows, the Linux, and other operating systems like the Apple Macintosh and rest of them. While command line operating systems do not offer such interactions, it is only for programmers and those who have an underlying knowledge of how the operating system works. We have examples such as the Unix and the Microsoft Disk operating system, known as the MS-DOS. A translator. A translator is a computer program that performs the translation of a program written in a given programming language into a functionally equivalent program in a different computer language, without losing the functional or logical structure of the original code, that is, the essence of each program. This includes translators between high-level and human-readable computer languages, such as C++, Java, and COBOL. Intermediate-level languages, such as Java bytecode, low-level languages such as assembly language and machine code, and between similar levels of language on different computing platforms, as well as from any of these to any other of these. Examples of widely used types of computer language translators include interpreters, compilers and decompilers, assemblers and disassemblers. Let us now look into them and see how some of them function. Types of translators include the following. From the highest one, that is, the human-readable high-level language, we have lower ones, the intermediate-level language. It comes down to the low-level language, and it continues on that end down to the machine language. Now let us see what each of them stands for. If the translator translates a high-level language into another high-level language, it is called a translator or source-to-source compiler. Examples include Fortran to Ada translators, C Hill to C++ translators, Pascal to C translators, COBOL to COBOL from dialect A to dialect B translators. We also have translators that translate from high-level language into a lower-level language, and this is called a compiler. And then, if the translator translates that high-level language to an intermediate code, which will be immediately executed, it is called an interpreter. Note: the difference between a compiler and an interpreter is this. A compiler translates all the language at once, while an interpreter translates each code one at a time, immediately translating each code. Now, we also have translators that translate from target machine code, which is more like zeros and ones, back to source language, and this is called a decompiler. It does opposite of what a compiler does, that is, starting from the lower level languages back to the higher level languages. An example of a decompiler is reverse engineering compiler, that is, the REC. Also, if the translator translates assembly language to machine code, it is called an assembler. Then we have translators that translate from machine code back to assembly language. This is called a disassembler. As you can see, these are the different types of translators. Now, we'd like to see other types of system software. One is a utility software, which is system software that is designed to help analyze, configure, optimize, or maintain a computer. Also, we see the categories which include antivirus, archivals, backup softwares, clipboard managers, data compression, disk checkers, disk cleaners, We also have disk space analyzers, file managers, network utilities, and screensavers.